Good morning and welcome to the More Factor. Today we're going to talk about being gracious. I'm Frederick Roth and I enjoy helping people succeed by teaching life skills, success principles, and character traits. Okay. Habit of successful people number 9. Gracious. Now, what has this got to do with being successful? Well, see, being gracious is a word that is also a type of character. And it's a character that we can learn. It's a character that we can develop. What is being gracious? Well, let's break it down into 2 words that when come together help us to be gracious. Number 1, being strong, and number 2, being gentle. Strong and gentle when come together is a character we call gracious. Now, how can you be strong and gentle? Well, someone who is self-confident, self-assured is someone who is strong. But they can be gentle in their approach in life. And people tend to magnetize to people who are gentle and self-confident. See, we can be strong or self-assured and self-confident and be arrogant and just ignorant, I want to slap you in the face kind of people. And we can also be the other kind that is completely, how can I say this, not self-confident and not self-assured, and we kind of curl up into a ball and nobody wants to be around us because we don't have any energy output to draw people to us. We're self-absorbed and we're scared and we're afraid to allow ourselves to produce energy. Let me put it to you this way. A self-confident person, a self-assured person, in the right context, is a magnet. And they're putting out energy waves around that magnet that draws things to them. Now, couple that with gentleness, and that magnet becomes 10 times more potent. And it draws it at a greater rate towards itself. Now, someone that is a bit cocky and arrogant when they're self-confident has that magnet, but it's not as powerful because at the same time it draws certain people, it will also repel certain people. So you got an equal and opposite thing happening at the same time, whereas someone who is gracious, they're self-assured, they're confident, but they're also gentle with people around them. They tend to magnetize a lot more people to them, and because of that, they tend to be more successful. Now, another way to talk about it, number 2, is they are approachable, they're likable, and they're easy to get along with. They still have that confidence and that air about them. Their shoulders are back. They know what they want. They know what they're talking about. But they're humble. They're gentle. They're likable. They're approachable. They're easy to get along with. So in life, it's not about going with the flow per se. It's not about compromising all of your values. No, we're not talking about that when it says easy to get along with. We're talking about being gentle and kind and loving, so that you aren't overbearing in portraying that you're better than other people. We can't portray that we're better than other people, because in some regard they're better than you. You might be better than them in one thing and they'll be better than you in another thing. So it all balances out in that regard. Now, I forgot to bring it up. See if I can get it really quickly here this morning as I'm talking. See, on the other side of the coin, there is this thing that if someone is not easy to get along with, it's not always the other person that is the problem. It's not always them that's not easy to get along with. Sometimes it's you. And in my email here, if I can open it really quickly here, I saw this poem on Facebook yesterday, and it is greatly applicable here in this lesson. All right, so sometimes when we are dealing with people, it's not always the other person that's the problem. Let me read this poem as we clue up this lesson this morning. And it goes like this. I took my cup to a friend's house, and they filled it with a sweetened tea. Before I could lift to drink it, though, it leaked all over me. Who needs friends like that, I thought. I'll just take my cup and leave. But each new place I took my cup, I left even more displeased. I took my cup to worship and even raised it in the rain. But before I left for home, I found my cup was already drained. It's the church's fault, I'm sure it is. The leaders are, or the sheep. Otherwise, my cup would never drain there in my seat. Everywhere I go, it seems, and everyone I'm around, my cup feels even more empty, and I'm constantly let down. But I woke up one day in honesty to pour myself some tea, and realized while looking down it wasn't them, but me. I had blamed my lack on others not being able to fill my cup, when all along my problem was my broken little cup. This was written by J. Jones. See, folks, it's not always the other person. Sometimes we have to learn to be gracious. We have to learn to realize, I have a problem. I'm broken. I need to be fixed. My cup doesn't run over. My cup runs out. The good book says our cup should run over. That's being gracious. When it's filled up by others, it runs over, and we share the wealth with others. We're gentle and strong. And so today, I encourage you, look at your cup and be gracious. Because sometimes it's not the other person, it's you that needs to be fixed. Your cup needs to be fixed. And so, being gracious, be strong and gentle. Be self-confident, self-assured, and gentle to others. And be better today than you were yesterday. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow morning for habit number 10. And the next 3 are absolutely important to pay attention to. See you tomorrow.